Hello, and welcome to the rockin' town of Nashville, Tennessee.
This city is widely known for its prominence in music and engaging atmosphere, but it is also home to people, places, and programs that are shaking the bedrock of the world in which we live.
Today, we will be taking a look at a program that is helping people whose lives have been rocky.
Learning how rocks are literally rocking the town of Nashville, Tennessee through their positive messages.
And hearing from a man whose breakthroughs have not only changed his own life, but are also changing the global technology scene.
For the Student Television Network National Convention, I'm Julia Givens.
And I'm Christian Groff.
And this is Hempfield Happenings.
The Tennessee Higher Education Initiative in Correction is a program devoted to providing inmates with the opportunity to earn college degrees, truly making this jailhouse rock.
Here at Nashville State Community College, thousands of students attend classes every day. One such student, Paula Smith, received aid from an outside organization that helped her get where she is today. Paula Smith was like any other teenage girl, but at age 17, she was incarcerated.
Kind of one of those things where I didn't feel like my life was contributing to society. I didn't really feel like I mattered.
Like it has with many others, the Tennessee Higher Education Initiative, or THEI, reached out to Paula and included her in the program.
The Tennessee Higher Education Initiative came to me and wanted me to be a part of their program.
Molly Lasagna is the executive director of the Tennessee Higher Education Initiative.
We raise the money to pay tuition for those students. We also provide their textbooks and their school supplies. A lot of these students are just desperate for an opportunity to prove themselves.
Paula may have spent time in prison, but she hasn't let it prevent her from living a productive life. Instead, she has found a new sense of purpose and rocks her life in Nashville.
I continue to work with the initiative and do a lot of volunteer work elsewhere as well. I'm a student here. I make straight A's. I do really well. I'm transferring to Vanderbilt this fall.
By providing incarcerated people with an education and a second chance, the Tennessee Higher Education Initiative rocks both individual lives and the city of Nashville in a positive way. For Student Television Network, I'm Kaylee Gallagher.
A painting project throughout Nashville is literally rocking this town and spreading positive messages throughout the Music City.
In Nashville, music is what rocks, but underneath the city is a different kind of rock, limestone to be exact. The 615 Rocks Project goes even further to uncover what really rocks this town.
In 2015, Emily Goldner saw a post on social media about her Memphis friends painting and hiding rocks around town. She decided to do the same as a simple, fun activity for her son. Little did she know it would rock the entire Nashville stage.
It starts by somebody paints a rock with whatever you want, and they hide them around town. And you see a rock, you take a picture, you put it on the 615 Rock page on Facebook. From there, you can keep it, you can re-hide it. The whole goal is to spread joy throughout the community.
People are crazy about this. Like, they will go everywhere to find a rock.
Stone, tree, mulch, gravel, and more quickly picked up on the trend and took the opportunity to build upon the rocks already laid down.
And somebody had posted, "Where can I find rocks?" And I said, well, we have rocks. And so we donate 10 free rocks to anybody who wants to paint them for 615 Rocks.
But the 615 Rocks project has a bigger purpose than just painting some stones for the 615 area code. It's meant to rock the lives of people in Nashville.
This Percy Jackson rock, and it took everything I had inside of me to hide it somewhere, and like someone found it and it was like, wow, that's pretty cool, because like they were apparently really big Percy Jackson fans.
I think it's going to have a lasting impact. We all work together and we try to keep spreading the happiness.
With nearly 40,000 participants, the project is only growing. To be a part of the project, you can paint your own rock and post it to the 615 Rocks Facebook page. For Student Television Network, I'm Joel Pletcher.
Lee Keebler of Black Box Reality has spent his adult life eroding the unknown here in Nashville. He started from rock bottom, and now he's a rock star in the tech world.
New Mind Studio houses Black Box Virtual Reality, and President Lee Keebler has a truly remarkable story. Lee traveled all the way from Florida to Nashville to follow a dream.
I came to Nashville for the same reason that everyone seems to come from Nashville, or goes to Nashville, and that is I showed up with a guitar. Quickly realized that people who were just flat broke living on the street were way better guitar players than me. And so went from that into DJ. Surprisingly enough, in 2002, 2003, there were like no DJs in Nashville. I was able to piece together a system that would allow me to control my DJ equipment to change all of the effects, all of the audio effects, just in like three-dimensional space.
After his show demonstrating his new DJ technology development, Lee was contacted by will.i.am from the Black Eyed Peas to work with him on some of their technological ideas. Lee was there for 3 years, but decided to move on to further his career.
I start working at a production company and moved back to Nashville because there was a tech scene there, and it was an entertainment city. And it was an entertainment city that didn't have a lot of technology. Took $800 and bought a Vive, like this was the initial investment for it, and started building. And now we have one of the most recognizable VR companies and AR companies in the Southeast. And it went full circle because honestly, the college I went to is right down the street from where the office is. So, we're not far from the street corner that I originally showed up in 2002 with a guitar to say, I want to be a guitar player. Nashville has a lot of people who, just like I did with a guitar, show up and fail. And they need new opportunities. And those new opportunities lead to, necessity is the mother of innovation, right? And so a lot of people find themselves as, I came to be a recording engineer, or I came to be a musician. And frankly, broke musicians make great junior developers.
With advancements in virtual reality and his team at Black Box, Lee is sure to rock the city of Nashville for years to come. For Student Television Network, I'm Jack Harrison.
Well, I'm here with a group of senior students who traveled to STN in Nashville this past year and participated in the Crazy 8 News contest that you just saw the news broadcast aired here on Hempfield Happenings. To my left here is Joel, and then on the couch it's Julia, Devin, Andrew, and Christian, and then hiding in the row behind here is Julia, Jack, Bailey, Kaylee, and Bailey. And some of you went to STN in Anaheim the year before and did the film competition, and now this time was the broadcast news. How is it different?
I think it was different in the amount of preparation we had to do for each contest. So for broadcast, we had to set up our interviews and make sure things were really set in stone before we went out. And for film, we went in with a few ideas, but definitely not as much preparation.
Now, did you encounter any problems as you were going through the Crazy Eights?
We're always going to encounter problems in really quick competition like this. Our biggest problem was probably at the end when we're bringing every story together, all the hosting together, putting it together to at the very end, hand it in. I think we encountered a bit of problem there.
And the prompt that you were given, what was that prompt for the show we just saw?
To Rock This Town, I think.
Yes. Rock This Town, yeah. And you had a couple different takes on it. How easy was it finding your stories in the city of Nashville for that day?
I think that at first we tried to think about things that affected the town of Nashville, and that was pretty easy to come up with, but it was harder to come up with creative stories that dealt more with the rock terminology.
One of the big challenges for a competition like this is actually working together as a group, and you're a rather large group as we can see. So what was that like?
I think we all really just worked well together. When we had that practice first time in Maryland, we kind of saw where we need to improve, and for the trip to Nashville, we all kind of just gelled together, and I think it worked out really well. Just fell a little short on time at the end.
And what's one thing you would take away from the competition? What's one lesson that you learned?
I think definitely we need to just allocate more time for editing, and I know that we always say that, but both times in Maryland and in Tennessee, we both it seemed like we took too long to edit, and we didn't have enough time to export.
And besides the team competition, there was also some individual competitions. Jack Harrison, you were in one of those competitions. It's called Live Interview. Could you explain what that was like and what we're about to see?
Yeah, so I was given a prompt where I had 45 seconds to just interview 1 or 2 people about a topic on disabilities across 2 different nations. So I interviewed Aaliyah and Lawrence. They're part of the Eurasia Foundation, and I kind of got their take on how disability links countries.
Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at that feature.
Thanks, Taylor. I'm Jack Harrison, and today I'm here with Lawrence and Aaliyah from the Eurasia Foundation. Now, I understand that you have a project called the U.S.-Russia Social Expertise Exchange. Can you tell me a bit about how these initiatives are creating inclusivity between different programs and people?
Sure, thanks, Jack. Definitely. Our U.S.-Russia Social Expertise Exchange is a program of Eurasia Foundation, and through our program we connect people from in Russia and the United States across different spectrums, mostly in the social sphere. We do have some youth projects as well.
Okay, so do you think that these projects are creating an understanding between different people?
What we're finding is that people want to connect peer-to-peer, and where they don't think they have opportunities, this platform creates those very opportunities, and especially in the area of disability, people with disabilities, they need to bridge that gap with their own. Our students need to bridge the gap with people who are alongside them.
Okay. Well, from the Student Television Network, I'm Jack Harrison. Back to you, Taylor.
At STN, our students also had an opportunity to create a commercial. This was a little bit of a smaller contest group. This is Julia and Emily. And can you explain the commercial contest and what it was like?
So we had to make a 30-second commercial, and we had, how many hours did we have? 4.
Yeah, we had
Something
about
like
4
that.
hours.
And it was 2 hours of shooting and then 2 hours of editing.
Okay, and who's your commercial for?
It was for the Gaylord Opryland Hotel. And they had given us some pre-recorded footage, but we could also record our own.
That's right, and that was the hotel that we were staying at when we were down in Nashville. So then what was your approach to the commercial we're about to see?
So we decided that we wanted to keep it more serious rather than funny because it's a hotel, and generally hotel commercials are more on the serious side, and it shows the fun things about it, and that's what we tried to do.
Okay, so here's a look at their commercial.
Nashville has a lot to offer, but Gaylord Opryland has it all. Magnificent rooms, delectable food, fashionable shopping, and beautiful scenery. With 47 acres to explore, your stay will never have a dull moment. Gaylord Opryland has endless possibilities, so you'll never need to leave to have a great Nashville experience. To book your adventure, go to GaylordOpryland.com.
Another contest at STN was to create a silent movie. I'm here with 4 juniors and seniors. It's Christian, Bailey, Luke, and Devin. And can you explain a little bit about the contest?
So the contest was basically a 2-minute, a silent film, obviously, and we had to try and portray the prompt "Walk the Line" through only visuals.
So what were some of the challenges that you faced since you couldn't use any sound at all in your video?
Well, the challenges, it would be the obvious. You know, you have to develop a narrative without the aid of sound. So you have to basically spell it out through the actions of the characters in the story. So that was difficult.
Did you use any kind of like trick to get around it, or was it just like the acting? How did it work?
Well, when we did our acting and stuff, we tried to use like big motions and stuff because that's things people like look for when there is sound. So we used to emphasize the motion, and we really just made it stuff that people could understand.
Okay, so we're about to see it. Could you explain a little bit about your approach?
Yeah, so we took "Walk the Line" as like a metaphor for addiction, and we have like this inside joke that Christian's addicted to chapstick. So we just we connected his chapstick addiction to the prompt.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and watch this, but there is no sound, so keep that in mind. I'm here with another large group, mix of juniors and seniors actually, the movie trailer group. Lauren's not here, but Joel and Julia and Tusha are on the couch, and behind them is Taylor, Andrew, Bailey, and Molly. So can you quickly explain what the movie trailer contest is like?
So for the movie trailer, we had 6 hours to film and edit a 1-minute movie trailer to a certain cut of music that they gave us, and a prompt that was just in bloom.
In bloom. So how did you split up the work?
Okay, so we had 2 cameras going on, and Joel, Julia, Tusha, and Lauren, and Molly, they all worked on like the main portion of it, and then Taylor, Andrew, and I worked on like the B-roll sections of it. So.
Okay, and what was your trailer about? What are we about to see?
You're about to watch a woman who unexpectedly gets pregnant, and it ends up taking a turn for the worst, and there are a lot of different little surprises in there, so it's not a typical pregnancy.
Okay, well, here is their movie trailer then.
I didn't mean for it to happen. She didn't mean for it to happen. But then again, no one ever does. There's this beautiful concept between a man and a woman, when 2 become 1. But whoever said anything about 3? She was my everything. And now, they would be my everything. But everything went wrong.
When we traveled to STN at the end of March, for the first time we combined our middle schools and took a Hempfield Middle School with us. I'm here with our 3 participants, Gunnar and Grace and Autumn. And just in your own words, what was that week like for you?
I think the week flowed very smoothly because of how organized it was. Like you put together like a itinerary for every single day. I thought that was really neat of how organized and how planned out it was. It was also pretty fun too. I had a great time.
Good. And what was your favorite part of the whole week?
Probably the sessions, just because they had like such a unique experience from like learning, and you could meet a bunch of other people.
Okay, and so you also entered the movie trailer competition. We just saw the high school's entry. What was the competition like for you, and what was your entry like?
It was, well, the prompt was in bloom, so we had to create a movie trailer that was surrounded by that, and we created like this feeling where this girl was like full of anxiety, and it was like crazy, and she was like in bloom of her experience like that, and it was really fun. We had 2 hours to film and 2 hours to edit, and it went really smoothly. Like we all did really well.
And I think you did an excellent job, so let's go ahead and take a look at their entry. Besides the high school students, the middle school also participated in the Crazy Eights, and what was it like for you?
It was pretty hectic to begin with. So when we went to get our prompt, which was Stuck on Repeat, all the kids from all the different schools were there, and it was a super duper crowded. So yeah.
We also got a glue stick as our prop, and we have to use that, and we put it in a bunch of different scenes, just like hint that that was it, and then we used it as then it was really hectic, so she accidentally put it on her lips as chapstick.
And it was like really, really fun, but nothing could really prepare you for it being that like crazy, and especially with some technical difficulties. But it was overall really fun.
It is. We had a problem with the flash drive, but you did an excellent job. Here's their entry.
I'm so nervous for tomorrow. What time are we waking up in the morning?
I'm more excited. I mean, like, it's fun. I set the alarm for 5 in the morning. That's good, right? Because we have to be at the bus by 5:30.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
You're late.
We're late. I can't believe that you did.
I set the alarm. I don't know why it didn't go off.
You didn't double check.
I double checked. I even triple checked.
I would have double checked.
I triple checked.
I'm coming.
We're late again. We're running late again. Oh, we're late. No one's here.
I'm so nervous. I'm wearing my clothes to bed tonight. I can't handle that again. I get so nervous.
Yeah, I'll wear my clothes too. That's smart.
Did you set the alarm?
Yep, I think you promised.
Why is this happening every day? It's like we're stuck on repeat. And it's all your fault every single day. Why can't you just set an alarm? It's so easy.
I tried. I can't believe we missed the deadline.
Yeah, and it's all your fault.
I'm sorry, I said clock, I swear. See? I said it.
They're all for the afternoon.
Earlier in the show, we saw the seniors do the Crazy 8 competition with broadcast news. Well, we also had a group of juniors go with us to Nashville. I have 5 of them with me here. Molly, Tusha, and Taylor are on the couch, and Emily and Luke are behind. And so what was the contest like, the Crazy 8's contest for you?
Honestly, it wasn't as stressful as we probably thought it was going to be. The seniors from last year who did it, they said it was super duper stressful, but we felt like we were working good as a team, and we were all pretty set the whole way through.
It was your first time as a group going to Nashville together, going to STN together. Could you explain what it was like for you, what you liked about it?
I just thought it was an amazing experience that we all had because, you know, we work together in class every single day, but the bond that you create for this trip is amazing, and it's one that we'll never forget.
And so in the film competition, did you have any problems during the competition at all?
So I don't think that we had any problems because we all worked cohesively together as a team because we really did prepare for this competition. It wasn't just something that we did the day of. We'd worked on this and we worked on talking with each other and communication the entire way through.
And you had a prompt and a prop. Do you remember what those things were?
Stuck on replay was the prompt, and then the prop was a glue stick.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at their short film at the conclusion of the show. That's going to be it for this month. But next month in Hempfield Happening, soon as we say our final goodbye to the senior class of 2018. Until then, have a good month.
So, tell me what happened.
What do you want to know?
Tell me everything. I want to hear it all.
I mean, we had fun. We had fun. Lots of fun. We laughed together. We fought, but never for long. We went on trips.
we felt like we could conquer the world together. We had little rituals. Every day, we'd go to the fountain and make a wish.
So you guys were like best friends?
Closer. We were like sisters.
So you made a wish every day? What did you wish for?
I don't even remember anymore, but I know what I'd wish for now. The accident, it just keeps repeating in my head, and I can't get it out.
What do you mean, accident?
What's your emergency?
Dear Lauren, because of you, I laugh a little harder, smile a little brighter, and